Hey. All right, good afternoon, guys. Sorry about that. I'm like a minute behind, but that's okay. I was just trying to get Facebook to work with me, and it just took a little longer than usual. Welcome, good afternoon, Oily friends and family. I'm so happy to be joining you this Wednesday to talk about our emotions. Those of y'all that live in New Iberia, I just got word of the tornado that has hit that area, and my heart is with you guys. I will be lighting candles tonight. And if you need anything, please let me know. I'm here for you to support whatever it is you need. Just hit me up. I don't have everybody's contact, so please mark yourself safe too, because I don't know, who's still in New Iberia and who's not. So my prayers are with you. Okay, you guys. I hope you're all okay. Moving on. This is a perfect time for this class because I did feel some emotions right before signing up for this class. And so perfect timing. So before we get started, I wanted to share a quick story with you. If it wasn't for doTERRA, I think 2019 would have been way worse for me, I think, just because I know how I had to cope in the past when I was laid off from, my career. And I just had to, the first time I got laid off, that you go into this emotional like trauma, like, because you start thinking about the bills, and then you got to tell, your husband, and you're thinking about your house and how you're going to just like keep it all together, and how you're going to do it. But, the universe always like works out, and it just keeps, showing up for you. At least it has for me, plus the support of friends and family. But doTERRA, I was able I still had a purpose to get out of bed. I think that's why. And it wasn't just the kids, because that's the easy go-to for most moms, but even having kids is really hard to get out of bed. So that wasn't my purpose. Even though, I like getting up and getting the kids ready. I love making breakfast for them is the part that I like, not getting them ready. That's a little tug of war, but feeding them breakfast is my favorite. So where was I going with that? 2019. Oh yeah. So I was able to keep a positive mindset, right after the bat. I mean, I did shed a ton of tears and had a mental breakdown when it happens, because, this is the third time. So it was just like, what the hell? So my body just, there was a lot of generational trauma and childhood trauma also bubbling up at the same time. And I think that's why I had it was the biggest mental breakdown I've ever had in my entire life. Like I fell to my knees. That's how hard it hit me as I'm packing my stuff up from the office. So it was literally the next day, my cousin reached out to me, the one that introduced doTERRA to me. We're talking, and she's just finding out what my plans are, what's my next steps and everything, because we've been partnering, doing the business. And, I just told her, I was like, here are the 3 things I'm going to do. And it was, mostly look for a job so I could get my unemployment and, focus on doTERRA. I had a purpose. So at the end of the conversation, she said to me, she's like, wow, you are handling this very well. She's like, I can't believe how positive, and you don't sound shaken up and upset, and it was all thanks to doTERRA. And when I found this class, another wellness advocate, a doTERRA Diamond Leader taught this class, and I attended back when they used to do classes on Facebook. And my mind, I was just like, oh my God, everything fell into place. Like everything that's been going on with generational trauma, childhood trauma, was just making sense of what was going on with me my entire life. And then I'm able to step out of my house and be around people because of this class, even though I still find things and I point out, like, that's the reason why I don't like going out in the public, because some of y'all are fucking crazy. Only when you're in your car. I think that's the only time I really feel it, is when I'm in the car, and it's like, this is why I don't like getting out, because I have to get in my car and go somewhere, and people just don't know how to drive lately. I'm a defensive driver, is what I've turned into. So I digress. I'm getting off topic. Anyway, so back to the emotions. She taught the class, everything was making sense, and she offered the presentation to others that were doing the business. And so I got my hands on it, and I've enjoyed teaching the class ever since. So let's get right to it, okay? Enough of me, blah, 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 blah. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to share this beautiful presentation I have for you as soon as my computer will work with me. It's so old. This just doesn't have enough memory. I need to get a new one one day. Okay, I'm waiting for it. There we go. Awesome. Emotional wellness made easy, you guys. Welcome. I'm so glad. I want to first acknowledge you for being open to learning more on how you can use natural solutions and just everyday little daily habits to make that change, that switch. It's not going to happen overnight. So give yourself at least 6 months until you feel and see the difference. Okay, you guys. All right. So I told you a little bit about myself, my emotional wellness journey, but I do want to kind of dive in a little bit more about the childhood trauma and how that has affected me anytime at any job I had. What would happen, what happens, or what would happen is I would make a mistake because I didn't know or it wasn't taught to me properly, and then I would get corrected. And depending on the error, I mean, sometimes it would just take a small little teeny tiny mistake to set me off, and then sometimes a big boo-boo, and then really I was a hot mess. And I didn't know where all that was coming from. Like, why am I getting so emotional over, because I never got the training in my brain that when you make a mistake, you learn. Because in my household, if you make a mistake, you got in trouble, you got disciplined, you got punished. And so I couldn't, my poor little brain was just trying to cope because what was happening, my brain was going through the memories, and and I had no control over it, no control whatsoever. So, and I would try really hard, but yeah, I just have to excuse myself. I would leave and go to the women's bathroom and just sob and sob and sob until I could get control of it. But man, doTERRA has totally changed that, because now that I've worked in a kitchen in the elementary and high school and middle school schools, everything's different. People personalities are different. Everything that I try to avoid is coming at me 100%. And because of doTERRA, I'm able, and I've reset my gut and set that foundation and retrain my brain that when I make a mistake, I'm learning. And it's been a game changer for me. So that's why I love this class. Okay, I'm getting a little emotional, so let me get some console. So I have all my oils, you guys. I'm sorry, the dog, I apologize. It's this stupid next door neighbor dog. I go out there and yell at him, but we're here. Okay, I don't want to keep you. All right. Would you like to be more happy, connected, empowered the moment you wake up? Oh my God, I can't tell you how many times I woke up and anxiety hit me. And again, I had to retrain my brain from saying no when I wake up to saying yes. Been a totally changed the way my day is. Give that a try, you guys. Give that a try for 30 days and then let me know. So yeah, totally. Let's move on. So in this emotional wellness class, you will learn these 3 things: the science behind emotion and essential oils, tools and habits for healthy body chemistry, and practical emotional wellness steps you can take now. And I've been kind of throwing little carrots at you here and there. Okay. So we are all created to function as a whole. And there's 6 things your body needs to, feel whole. And we're going to go into that as well. Spirit, mind, and body have to, be nourished. And we need all 3 of those things to be in check, to be in line. And then we're going to feel whole in ourselves, and we could be us. And then the universe can throw whatever it wants at us. And we know we're going to be cool. You know what I mean? So this is how our body works. Your body is made up of intelligent cells wired to restore cells. So this is a picture of our cell. We got 100 bajillion of them, and they're out there looking for chemical molecules to tell it what to do, whether we give it that with our bodies naturally producing it, whether that's from the gut or the brain, because we've, inhaled something, like when you go to the dentist and they give you the gas, that's what I'm talking about. Oh shoot, I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, it's looking for messages to know what to do. So this is what it looks like. Emotions are information carrying molecules that bind to and react with cell receptors, get into the cells and impact the cell function behavior. So this picture of a cell is showing really hugely a little receptor. So they're all looking for these chemical molecules. Again, that's coming from our body or the food that we're eating, that or supplementation that we're taking. That's where I was going with that. Once it finds the chemical molecule it's looking for, it attaches to the receptor and then it goes inside the cell. It's able to jump in there and then it gives the message of whatever that chemical molecule is, whether it's for sleep, for excitement, for motivation, for sadness, anxiety, depression, all that, okay? And then it affects our behavior and then we're wondering why we're acting the way we are. Emotions are processed throughout the body. There's actually 3 brains, mind, heart, and gut. And science reveals that there are complex neural processing functions in the mind, heart, and guts. And you can Google all this. Research, I totally encourage you to do your own research on this. And your mind is going to be like, oh my God, it's all going to start to make sense. All right, the 3 brains. One, the mind is logic and intellect. The subconscious mind directs over 90% of our behavior. Heart, intuition. There are more neural pathways that run from the heart to the brain than from the brain to the heart. So our brain is always sending stuff to our heart is always sending stuff to our brain. And then the gut, I'm sure you've said it or you've heard someone say it. I got a gut feeling. I'm not too sure about this. And listen to your gut when you're like trying to be an entrepreneur. Well, 90% of our body's serotonin is involved in mood management and it's produced in the gut. So all that good feeling vibes we're trying to feel is coming from the gut. So if our gut is all jacked up, then we're just going to feel like shit every day. So you want to get that gut in check. Okay. The 3 brains communicate to each other. They feed back to and therefore influence the mind. Absolutely. Like I said, the gut feeling. And then we always try to listen to our heart when we're making decisions with our loved ones. And that is connection and wellness. So when all 3 are aligned, we are like rocking and rolling out there, right? Spreading the joy and love. All right. Our 3 brains instinctively process every experience, life experience. So right here, we've all kind of either been this woman or we know someone, we've seen this woman in this position. Maybe she's on the phone with her mother-in-law or her mom or her husband because he, hey, can you pick up my dry cleaning? The baby's crying. Does it need a change? Does it need to be fed? Did it just wake up? What is going on? And then the dog, does he need a pee? Does he need attention? Is he hungry? She is like completely overwhelmed now, isn't she? So she's processing in her brain. I got to figure this out because, I'm here doing it. I got to do it or it's not going to get done. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I've taken on too much again. And then her gut's like, I'm stuck. I can't move forward. I'm just, you feel stuck. You just don't move forward at all. And then there's a reaction. You might get a head tension. Your head starts to ache. You're getting conflicting feelings like you're just not sure. And then your stomach starts to hurt or starts to churn and tighten up. Oh man, I can't tell you how many times my stomach does that. Well, that's when we have a disconnection. Then we plant a belief that you're not good enough, that you just can't, what am I doing? Beliefs show up in your life and create your reality. So if you're planting a weed, then you are going to grow those roots of weedum. You're just going to negative. That's not healthy, not very healthy. So luckily, we could turn to our awesome oils, Balance and Frankincense. Balance is a grounding blend of trees. I don't have it with me. I totally forgot about this part of the class. It is Oh my gosh, as soon as I heard about Balance, I believe it came out in 2017 into 2018, I got a bottle. And that's when I first got on board with doTERRA, and I've been using it ever since. I diffuse it, I put it on my body, I inhale it straight from the bottle. Yeah, it's everywhere. I have a Balance is everywhere in my house. And then frankincense, if you don't have Balance, but you have frankincense in your kit, maybe you got the kit, or you got the bonus frankincense this month, it's super grounding. Like if you, any ailment you have, I mean, frankincense is your answer. It's the king of oils for a reason. In Balance, there is frankincense, and frankincense is actually an essential oil booster. And what it does is when it's mixed with other oils, it boosts those other oils. So you're just getting a powerhouse in the Balance. But you know, if you don't have Balance, turn to your frankincense and use that. Best way to use that is 1 drop in your hand, rub the hands together, and then do the deep inhales, 2 to 3, and you're going to start feeling like that. Where you're planting some seeds, okay, some good seeds. Emotions and essential oils interact chemically. So when there's, oh my God, a million trillion molecules in a single drop of an essential oil. And so those molecules, absorb through the skin, or we take it internally, or even when we inhale it, those chemical molecules are hitting the olfactory the factory sensor here. And what that does is it hits the limbic area, the limbic part of your brain, and that's what releases the chemicals. And then our cells with those receptors, remember, they're looking for those chemical molecules, whether they get that essential oil chemical molecule. They all have them, especially doTERRA. I'm speaking on doTERRA for those that don't use doTERRA. They absorb through the oily membrane, because oil and oil attract each other, and they can bypass that oily membrane, and then they send that message to the cell, and then the cell does what it needs to do, whether that's uplifting or calming, or whatever oil you inhaled, ingested, or put on topically. Essential oils promote emotional purification, detoxification, and anchor in healthy biochemistry. I love wild orange. I'd like to challenge people when they smell wild orange just to think of a negative comment and to hold on to that negative thought. And no one has. So I challenge you guys, if you got a wild orange from me, put a drop, make a little, and then see if you can hang on to that negative thought. Again, 1 drop, 40 million trillion molecules. Isn't that insane? So you don't need a lot of essential oils. I know there's a bunch of stuff out there. With doTERRA, you just need 1 drop. So that stretches your dollar. It's penny per dose, you guys. Yeah, these chemical compounds service every cell of the body in a matter of minutes. I believe 20 seconds it's in the bloodstream, and then within 30 minutes it's head to toe. Pretty amazing. Essential oils support cell receptors, promote healthy cell function, and maintain cells' natural state. Yes, I've seen, I wish I had a slide on here of what their cells look like before and after essential oils, and they look like they're freaking glowing. It's so amazing. It's like, why would you not want your cells to glow? Because then it's going to come out and you're going to glow. Let's glow together. Peppermint, this is a magnifying peppermint leaf, and those little sacs there is the essential oil. That's what's getting extracted from the plant. That's what we're inhaling. That's what we're ingesting. And if you've had gum, you've ingested peppermint essential oil. So you can't say not to take them internally. And what I love about doTERRA is that they test the snot out of their oils 53 times, and 11 of those are done by third-party labs. And they compare the reports to make sure that their reports are matching a third-party lab report. Because if there's any inconsistencies, then they don't sell the oil to us, especially if they find any adulteration or anything wrong with it. They just sell it to a perfume company. Right now, the FDA doesn't regulate this industry, so doTERRA has set their own standard called CPTG, Certified Pure tested grade essential oils. They do it with all their batches before it's, shipped to us. Okay. Peppermint. Maybe peppermint's in your kit. That is mental support and focus, clears that mental fog. I know a lot of people are dealing with that with the long COVID. I just read an article about that. So if you're dealing with long COVID, you got mental fog, or you're in perimenopausal, dealing with mental fog, grab a hold of your peppermint on the temples, just inhale it, one drop in your hands, inhale that way, or in your diffuser. It's totally up to you what's going to work in your life and your lifestyle. Okay. Aromatic smell is the fastest way to affect mood. Absolutely. I mean, think about it. It's Christmas. Do you smell the Christmas tree when you walk in your house and just like totally feel like, yay? That's what trees do. Aromatic molecules have direct access to the limbic area or emotional seat of the brain. We talked about that earlier. Essential oils are dynamic, supporting your body physically and emotionally. They do both. That's what I love about these oils. They also support us emotionally. Topically, you can apply to the bottom of the feet or spine to affect cells, blood, and tissue throughout the body. Just massage into specific areas for localized support. Apply over the heart area, inside the wrist, or behind your ears. That's my favorite place to put them. Apply on the back of the neck, across the forehead, or the bottoms of the feet. Some essential oils pass the blood-brain barrier, like frankincense. And what that means, it reaches that barrier. A lot of medication. I don't know any medications that do. If you know one, please hit me up, but good luck finding one. Apply over the stomach area or bottoms of the feet if you're looking for a little gut support there. Internal CPTG label for dietary use may be taken under the tongue in water or in a gel cap to support overall health. So just look for the supplement fact on the bottle, and you can take those internally. Seasonal threats and vulnerability. Yeah, I love that when you're feeling overwhelmed, On Guard is just going to keep that, especially when you're going into a situation. Put some on the bottom of your feet before you head out the door, okay? Because the goal here is connection and wellness, right? Set your gut foundation, and these oils are going to work even more like faster. I swear. If you don't have your gut reset or have that foundation, it takes longer for the oils to actually do the work, because there's so much going on with your body that the cells have, they're like, I don't have time for this, I got to go fix this situation because there's inflammation or whatever. Add daily support with your minerals, micronutrients, and healthy fats. Essential oils enhance absorption of nutrition on a cellular level, and the Lifeline Vitality Pack does that. And this is perfect for the three brains. Okay. There's also gut cleansing, restores clear thinking and improves the mood. Absolutely. I did gut cleanse or resets. I like to say reset than cleansing twice, like 2 years in a row. And yeah, I mean, my mood, I still get, anxious and all those things, because our bodies are always going to do that, but I can cope. I have the tools to cope and manage them so that I'm not a total basket case. Cleanse and restore gut health, digestive function is scientifically linked to mood. Absolutely. I encourage you to research that as well. PB Assist Plus is a dual probiotic, a dual capsule probiotic, so that the probiotic actually reaches the lower gut where the good flora needs to be. GX Assist just cleanses out the GI tract. So you only use that product for 10 days, and you use it 3 or 4 times a year. And then Terrazyme, oh my gosh, if you're dealing with, I can't help it. I love hot dogs, pizza, hamburgers when, the kids are having it. So I don't want to have a salad. I want to eat with my kids and have what they're having. So I grab a Terrazyme, and that helps break down the nutrients, and then I have a happy brain. Zinnicrine and lemon help support the liver. That's what they do. All right, so where do you begin? I love this wheel, the emotional wheel. take a screenshot of this, and anytime you're feeling gloomy, distressed, or somber, grab your citrus. If you don't have cheer or motivate, just grab your citrus, grab a mint. If you're bored, grab your spices. If you're bitter, angry, grab your herbs and grasses. If you're grieving and sad, grab the trees. They will help ground you. If you're worried, fearful, grab the flowers. And if you're insecure and anxious, grab that mint, guys. I love peace. I actually had this. I had this at my last job where I got laid off, and I needed this every day. And it's a inhaler, and I had peace in it. And I would inhale this sucker every hour on the hour, and I still have it. Still smells amazing, even though there's no peace in there left. It still smells good, and although just feel better. Okay. Moving on. All right, so let's dive into each one. All right, cheer. Its key benefits: promotes feeling optimism, cheerfulness, happiness, and it counteracts negative emotions, feeling down, blue, or low. So I'll tell a real quick story. When I was working at a sales job, and our only client was Costco, and I was just having a really hard day, but I was able to keep myself together, emotionally, to get the work done, because fires were going everywhere. And by the time I got in the car, I was so overwhelmed and just stressed out that I just sobbed. I just couldn't take it anymore. And I just cried and cried and cried. And I was like, okay, now I got to get the kids. I can't look like this. I didn't want to feel like that anymore. So I dug in my purse. Luckily, I found my cheer. I still have it. It was a gift from a diamond leader when I first had my first hosted class. And I've been using it ever since. So I put it on my wrist, inhaled it, cranked up the radio, went to the kids' school, and by the time they came out, I was, hey kids, how's it going? I was a totally different person. So been using this forever. Console, it promotes feeling of comfort and hope, and it counteracts negative emotions of grief, sadness, and hopelessness. Now, I know a lot of people have lost a lot of loved ones and fur babies and that sort of thing, or they've lost their job. This is the perfect oil. You can diffuse it and just get you through the day, you guys. Forgive. I think forgive and console should come together, because sometimes, you got to forgive yourself for maybe you forgot your oils and you need to forgive yourself. It promotes feelings of contentment, relief, and patience, right? We all need a little patience, and it counteracts negative emotions of anger and guilt. So don't feel angry that you're upset, or guilt that you're upset, or whatever the situation is. So that's why I always think those two should go together always. Motivate promotes feelings of confidence, courage, and belief, and it counteracts negative emotions of doubt, pessimism, or cynicism. So if you're that type of person, I love this blend so much because it smells like mint chocolate. So if you're a huge mint chocolate fan, get this in your cart today, folks. Okay. Passion. 2023, I'm using more passion in my life. I've decided, I found it, and I was like, that's it. This is going to be my oil for 2023. I'm putting it on every single day behind the ears. I'm starting now so I can get that habit going, because it takes 21 days to form a habit. Scientifically proven, no. Ignites feelings of excitement, passion, and joy, and it counteracts negative feelings of boredom and disinterest. Okay. Awesome. A best friend in the boudoir. So if you're looking for a little hotness in the bedroom, grab yourself some passion. Peace. Couldn't live without it. Promotes feelings of peace, reassurance, and contentment, and counteracts anxiousness and fearful emotions. Because at work I would get anxious if anything went wrong. Because remember, I didn't have the tools when that childhood trauma would come bumbling in. All right, habits, lifestyles. For a healthy mood lifestyle, so in this exercise, I'm sorry, just started reading. Healthy minds, go through each one of these for the mind, heart, and gut, and then check off the box if that rings true to you. I work on healthy thought patterns. I choose to believe good about myself and others. I nourish my brain with good fats and minerals. If you do those things, check those boxes. Same with the heart. I trust my intuition and my higher power. I freely give and receive love. I often feel peaceful inside. I rest well. If that's you, check them off. Healthy gut, I digest and process food well. I nourish my digestive system with good nutrients and enzymes. My body is healthy and feels good. If any of those, check those off. If you didn't check any of those off, then that tells you that's what you need to focus on, okay? So I'm going to give you guys a minute if you want to take a screenshot of this and kind of go over it later and figure it out. But if you already have it in your mind, what you got to focus on, let's keep going. So what do I need to weed out? Maybe negative thoughts, a relationship, substance abuse, maybe alcohol, drugs, who knows? I don't know. Sex, even sex, that's in there. What do I want to plant? New beliefs, relationships, supplementation. Yeah, we do. So how will I nourish this seeds? Well, it takes habits, daily healthy habits, which I've been sharing throughout this class. Practices, just be patient with yourself. And then patterns, just get into a little routine. We're all conditioned to do that as humans. We love routines, right? And that's when we're going to say to ourselves, I am enough and I'm whole. So if you want to write that down on a mirror or on a piece of Post-it, I'm enough, I am whole. I'm telling you, that's going to retrain your brain, guys. Okay. You don't need an oil to retrain your brain, but you do need to have those words in front of you to see them every day, because you got to remove whatever adult told you the negative thing that you don't remember them telling you, but it's still locked in there because our unsubconscious mind 90% of the time is driving our force. Okay. You will fill a bucket drop by drop. You'll clear your mind thought by thought. You heal yourself moment by moment. So let's do that together. Be your own best advocate and claim the gift of wellness. Hells yeah. So how do we get the oils into your home? There's 3 ways. The first one, you purchase full price, but I don't want my friends and family to pay full price when you could get a discount. You pay a $35 membership fee and you get 25% off all the products all year long, but you're not obligated to purchase anything else or sell anything either. No monthly requirement. However, there are bonuses for participating in our optional loyalty program, and you can join my loyalty club and get even more bonus gifts from me as well as doTERRA. Or get your oil super duper G, lower below 25% wholesale, and get a free membership. This is how you do it. The Home Essential Kit. This kit is perfect for stress, relieving those stressful, to manage stress, reduce anxious feelings, and provide overall health for you and your family. You get the free wholesale membership plus me, my guidance and support. I'm going to plug you into all kinds of resources. Okay. What you're going to get is the essential oil singles, 5 milliliter bottles. So you're getting big bottles, 280 drops approximately in each bottle. So if you drop a day, that's half the year. So you're looking at 6 months before you even replace a single oil. Probably will be lemon first, because once you try it in your water, you're never going to go back to plain water ever. I promise you, I can't. You're going to get lavender, lemon, peppermint, tea tree, oregano, and frankincense. And if you don't know how to use these other ones, that's where I come in. I'm going to show you how to use those oils so they don't sit there and collect dust, because you will find that some very good uses for them. Essential oil blends, you're going to get the 5 milliliter deep blue. The other 15 milliliter blends is Breathe, Digestion, and On Guard. Other products is the beautiful La Luz diffuser. This is a glass diffuser, super quiet. I never hear it. In fact, I'm like, is it even on? Love this one. It runs all night long. I sleep like a baby. And especially if you're feeling like congested or On Guard at night and some frankincense, you're going to sleep so well. And Breathe. Oh, Breathe is your best friend too. All right, Healthy Habits Kit. If you just want to focus on restoring your gut health, you want to set that foundation before you dive into the oils, or you just want to play a little bit with the oils, this is the perfect kit for you. The Daily Habits Kit will help you feel different. So you should feel something different in 30 days. You get the free wholesale membership with this one, and the products below 25%. And you get me and my support. What you get is the Life on Vitality pack. So all 3 bottles, a 30-day supply. The PB Assist Plus, so you take that one a day or 2, depending on, your lifestyle. Terrazyme for when you can't stay on track with your healthy eating. And the deep blue rub, which is great if you like to work out. This is the perfect kit for you if you work out, because you can put this on before and after workouts. But do wash your hands, because you don't want to touch your no square with that product on your hands. It'll feel bad. What you're going to get is the small bottles, about 80 to 5 drops per bottle. You're going to get frankincense, tangerine, lavender. These are perfect oils to get familiar with, because you can put tangerine in your water. You're going to get the On Guard and Balance. So we're going to help with the stress and keeping you grounded and feeling overwhelmed. And that's the Healthy Start Kit, okay? And then the Emotional Aromatherapy Kit, if you just want to get the aromatherapy blends for emotions, the Motivate, Cheer, Passion, Forgive, Console, and Peace. 5 milliliter bottles, so again, 85 drops per bottle. This price, $194, is also included the $35 membership. But if you already are a member, like you paid the $35 this year or last year, you can renew for $25. You'll get a free peppermint, 50 milliliter. And this kit is only $159 in your cart, okay? So again, this could be used for boosting your mood, used topically or aromatically only. You cannot ingest these blends, okay? There's also the Touch. If you want those, just hit me up and I'll send you a link for that, and you can put that in your cart, okay? If any one of those spoke to you, you're also going to get a little diffuser blend, so you can play with your diffuser. And if you're getting the healthy kit, I'll throw something else in there for you for the healthy kit. Oh, a vitamin. I'll give you a vitamin storage. So for your travels, or if you just like to have it on your countertop instead of all the bottles, totally up to you how you do that. All right. So what you can expect from me, it does matter who you buy your essential oils from, because Target, Walmart, and the gas station does not give any F's about you and your health and the essential oils that you bought from them. But I'm going to check in with you. We're going to do a wellness consult. It takes 20 minutes to an hour, depending on what you bought. We're going to set up your LRP if you want to start feeling a difference in 90 days. If you want to commit to 90 days, start your LRP. And you're going to get this advanced oil magic book from me, because it's going to have protocols in there that are going to match the 3 health goals we're going to talk about in your wellness consult, right? And that's all free. That's like a $170 value right there. Plus, I'm going to plug you into my Facebook group, because I got tons of information there, Instagram and YouTube, because I'm constantly updating tips on how to stretch your dollar and get the most out of your oils. Get the most out of those bottles, man. And then you're going to get a welcome gift from me. Welcome you to doTERRA community. Okay. Now there's 3 types of people that become doTERRA members, and I want to quickly go over those, and then I got to jet and get my kid. One is going to live the wellness lifestyle. They're going to get their oils and they're just going to dive into doTERRA and just love doTERRA. Second person is naturally going to want to share this stuff. They're going to see how better they feel, and they're going to be like, okay, I got to share this to the world. And you get your products paid for. Yeah, I can totally help you with that. And then build, you want to earn an income and make an impact. And when I say make an impact, that's an impact on your community, impact in your home, impact in your lifestyle, impact in your state. It could be an impact globally as well, because every time someone buys from you, not only are they supporting you, they're supporting the farmers from the other countries where these oils come from, because they have the same goals as us, you guys. They are trying to get their kids into school and through school, and they have to pay for that. There's no free education in most countries. And they also want medical care for their kids and their families. And most of these communities do not have a local hospital or clinic. They have to travel either hours or 45 minutes at best to get healthcare. So every time you buy, you're supporting your friend and the farmer that's, helping their family too. We're all just trying to thrive and not survive, right? All right. So if you think you're a share or build, please get in touch with me, so we make sure we get you set up correctly. in your back office so you can hit the ground running and share the love. All right, that's it, you guys. I'm going to stop my share. If you have any questions, please reach out to the wellness advocate that enrolled you, that touched you, that has been loving on you, and get on it. You're going to have a better holiday for it. And if it's not this year, then definitely look into 2023. And maybe that could be your health goal for 2023, is some emotional wellness. How great would that be? Okay, so I'm in a good mood because I put on some peppermint and some sage, and I got sage going on in my diffuser that is going to be available for March. So if you want to feel like how I'm feeling, which is amazing right now, you got to get yourself some sage. All right, that's it, you guys. See you next year, literally, and all new classes. I'll be doing 2 classes a month. Because I gotta slow down too, man, because I was like banging out some classes this year every week. I don't know how I got through that, but I did, and I loved every minute of it. So yeah, next year 2 classes a week, and keep watching. And if you're watching on YouTube, please share in the this video. Share in the comments where you're watching, and let me know if you have any questions, because I'm here to help you guys. Okay, love you guys. See you next year. Bye. Love ya.